What's up, YouTube? Hudson Fan 15 back with another mail day and show recap. East Coast National Day 2. I want to start with the people that I met up with. My friend John from my summer darts team wanted to go, and we went, and he had a lot better day than I did as far as pickups, but he also hasn't been to a show in 4 years. He ended up walking out of there with a JSA certified Don Mattingly autographed baseball and a display case, because I showed him where they were, a Bo Jackson autographed 8x10, and he had a significant hockey purchase. He's a big Penguins guy. Was a guy on our team who's a Rangers fan. He really razzes him about it. So my friend Tony, who you see something from him here a little bit later, just blown through like a full case of 14-15 SP Authentic hockey, and had a die-cut SP on-card Mario Lemieux auto that he sold him for about $100. And so he was happier than a pig in shit after that. It was like made his day. So he walked out of there with some pretty big pieces. He didn't do the common box thing, didn't do the $1, $2 inserts or whatever. He just went for the big stuff. I also met up with a gentleman named Corey, who heard me say to John, I'm going to stop here and look through this MMA stuff, because there was a tab with like MMA, wrestling, other. It was disappointing stuff, and I didn't end up buying any of it, but we struck up a conversation. So I noticed earlier that a guy had a box of 2012 Bloodlines, and those are getting particularly scarce because they have Rousey autos in them. It's the set, I believe, after Finest, and so there's also Rousey Relic autos in that. And the guy, I don't know if he had done his research or on secondary market or what, but apparently he had blown through selling 4 of them and just had this one left, and he let it go for about $145. The only one on eBay right now is $350 or best offer, and the last one that sold went for $300 shipped. So I told Corey, I was like, look, you're a fan, you're a collector. I said, I've been screwed too many times on Topps Redemptions, so if I bought it, I would sell it. So I gotta go do this thing, but if I come back and it's still there, the next time you see it, it's going to be on eBay. And I came back, and it was gone, and he was gone. So, Corey, I hope you did well. I hope you took my suggestion and recorded the break on video, time-stamped, and so in case you do get a redemption, then you can work something out with Topps, maybe, hopefully. The guy who was selling the boxes swore up and down that if they had it, even if it was an expired, they would send it. So I don't know how true that is, but there we go. So just one piece of mail came while it's gone. 2 cards, triple threads, hoodie OAK 12 of 18, and OAK 5 of 18 Zito Mulder Hudson. And I actually saw Zito and Mulder stuff, some Zito autographs, a Mulder patch while I was there, and really bummed me out because there's nothing like that Hudson anywhere, and that I could find. I scoured as many of the, as my friend Chucky Blue would say, shiny boxes as I could, and I ended up having to settle for stopping at one table, going through the common boxes, getting these 2, Ginter and Stadium Club, and then they had two-row numbered boxes, and I found these 3 cards next to each other. Tim Hudson, Garrett Anderson out of 1500, and 2 passing the torch blue out of 250s. Just because I don't walk out of a show without something Hudson, and that was it. So went back to my friend Tony before we left, and because we had a conversation, he held these up after he did a bunch of elite breaks, and he said, "Do you do anything with these? Do you know anything about these?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've kind of gotten in a couple of times," and he ended up selling these 7 cards to me. And when I got home, I placed a 3-card order because some research that I did on cards that are good value off of the site, and actually happens to be something PC for me. So looking at it from that standpoint versus paying what I would have to pay on the secondary market to get the same thing, it just made sense. And lastly, when I was fishing through boxes at the show yesterday, Friday rather, I saw this card, and then I went back and it was still there, and I negotiated a price for it. It's not going to be PC for me. If anybody wants it, I'll give the first crack at it before it hits the bay. But this is a 2012 SP Signature Edition baseball, hand numbered 14 of 25. Matt Garza, Ian Kennedy, and in the middle there is Roy Halladay, who's a surefire Hall of Famer. And for the price that I paid for it, I couldn't not pull the trigger on it. So, if anybody's interested, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably make its way on eBay very soon. I want to thank my buddy John for going with me. Good to meet you, Corey. Saw Ricky Russo again. Who was there with his box supplier, who looked like a guy with a permanent smile on his face because he's got Ricky as a customer. And also one of the guys from Bob's Sports Cards. I believe the YouTube channel, I'm going to put the link in the description box and butcher the name. It's like EEILDITZ or something like that. It's one of their own personal channels, but they upload all these videos. They've got about 1,500 subscribers. You may have heard of them. They do sporadic, mostly high-end box and case break uploads. And but they do have a store, Bob's Sports Cards, in I believe it's Homedale, New Jersey. So if you're in that area, or if you're coming there for AC next year, make it a destination place to stop on the trip. Good guys, and they just and I wish I had taken a picture of it in the shop that this week. I believe it's the 2015 Leaf Legends of Sports. They do a Trinity subset, purple 1/1 auto of Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar. So the one numbered to 2 went for like $5,000. So they're thinking like 6 to 8 for the 1/1. And I mean, just to see that card in person, it was just like jaw open, and just jaw dropped. And there was a lot of jaw dropping stuff there, but that was one of those, like, how do they even get the rights to do that? Because I thought Panini had the soccer thing, but man, that was a nice card. So I want to thank all those guys, and happy Global Break Day. Videos coming next. All right, YouTube, peace.